There is no brachial nerve. Not brachial, that's a vein, Mr. Nerve. Any nerve in this upper extremity. Okay, what's the name of this bone?
Radius.
Then that radial nerve. What's the name of that bone? That means this is the ulnar nerve. What's the name of that nerve that goes in the middle? Ladies, they're supposed to know it. Your carpal tunnel. Which nerve will be compressed on the carpal tunnel? Median nerve. So a nerve coming this way. So all those nerves, the one they supply my upper extremity, comes from where? From my brachial plexus. Where is my brachial plexus? Exactly over here. You have three muscles like this. We're going to learn about them when we get to the neck. We call them scalene, anterior, middle, posterior scalene muscles. Between the anterior and the middle over here, I have the brachial plexus fiber. Let me go back. Do you see those? This is the brachial plexus, and they are always exactly over here. Did you guys ever heard about a baby born with brachial pulses? That's mean paralysis of the brachial. And of course, the mother, she sued the doctor. It's about $30 million, the cost. And of course, who's gonna pay those $30 million?
Taxpayers?
Exactly, me and you. Okay? All right. So, bottom line, when the doctor, he delivered, sometimes the head of the baby what? Stuck. So what they do, they put two fingers over here, like this, and the third one, it has to be in the baby mouth so he doesn't swallow any fluid. And they keep what? Push and maneuver and push and maneuver. Sometimes those two fingers, the one over here, they injured the brachial plexus, either the right or the left, or both of them. 30 and 36. Oh my God, that's a lot. 60 million. Bless you.
Is that the same as using forceps, or is it different? Are forceps
No,
different?
the forceps is not.
Oh.
So this is pretty much like common. This is why the doctor, they don't take a chance. We having a problem? C-section. Go. More and more money.
Yeah.
So one more time, where do you see the fiber of the brachial plexus? Your answer will be between anterior and middle scalene muscles, exactly in here. We'll show you those in the pictures, okay? And brachial plexus supply what? My whole upper extremity. You do not need to know any of the above. What you need to know for next week exam, you need to know the brachial plexus coming from which anterior spinal nerve ramus. Your answer will be C5, C8, and a little bit from the first thoracic one. The rest of the brachial plexus with the cord and because it's a little bit more complicated, we're gonna cover it when we're gonna go to the upper extremity, okay? All right, so even the nerves, the medial, the axillary, the radial, those you don't need to know. The next is lumbar. Lumbar plexus, it's formed by the emerging of the anterior ramus between a branch from the T12 to the L4. All the lumbar plexus will give branches that supply what? Your upper thigh, buttocks, and a little bit from the abdomen. The next one is your sacral plexus, which is formed between L4, S4, anterior ramus of the spinal nerve, and of course, give branches that supply my lower extremity, including the largest nerve, which is the sciatic nerve. For the plexus, as I said, whenever we cover the upper and the lower extremity, we are going to learn about those plexus in detail, including each nerve by itself. For now, you just need to remember which spinal nerve, when they emerge, they form the plexus, okay? And remember, only the anterior ramus of it, okay? And please remember, there is no thoracic plexus. the thoracic spinal nerve. Each one goes in its own. I do not want to get married. I want to free for the rest of my life. And you can find them between the ribs. This is an image for scalene muscles, and this is the fiber of the brachial plexus on the right and on the left. So this is basically coronal cut, and we are looking for the brachial plexus in this area exactly, over here and over here. You are going to see only the middle scalene muscles. You cannot see the anterior one because the anterior one is going to be cut. But if you look at it on that, on what? Okay, another image which is a little bit oblique, sagittal, and they are showing you what? The nerve root coming out of what? Spinal nerve. So we said we have anterior and posterior, they emerging to give me a spinal nerve. And they exit through the intervertebral foramina. So those are the root of the spinal nerve.
Sorry, Dr. Baha.
What do you want?
When you say it's a like the oblique cut, how is that on? Like, I'm trying to like put the two together on how it looks.
Because they didn't take it 100%, and that's why you are not seeing any spine. You see over here, you are seeing those filet mignon muscles. That's meaning this. So you are seeing the muscles around.
Oh, okay.
So another picture where it's also you can see the fibers of the brachial plexus, which is at the base of your neck over here. And this is an image of the brachial plexus, and they're showing you the scalene muscles, anterior, middle, and posterior. You see, uno, dos, tres. And this is the fiber of the brachial plexus. We're gonna have this image next week because this is a transverse at the level of the neck, and of course, this is the middle scalene, this is the anterior scalene muscles, those two, that's meaning those are the fibers of brachial plexus. Of course, brachial plexus is not like the structure that you can see it wow on your image. You're just estimating the fibers based on the position of the scalene muscles. Again and again, same, all the brachial plexus. This is an image for the sacral plexus, which is that one, and this is for the lumbar, and you don't need to worry too much about them, guys. I told you we're gonna talk about them more detail when we get to the lower extremity. So let's get 5-minute break, okay? Take a 5-minute break. If you don't have to.